Alright. So, this episode of Talking to Talk is kind of different. So, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going track quote unquote track by track. I won't be going through the entire like track, so you can't hear the entire track, so you're going to have to go listen to the full album releases, but yeah. So, basically, what I'm going to be doing in this episode of Talking to Talk is, um, basically, I'm going to be telling you guys what every song is about on random songs I made while being bored 1 and 2, and I'll be basically giving some facts about them and also what the songs are about. However, with the random songs I made while being bored 1, um some of the songs just don't have any meaning. The same goes for 2, but 2 has way more meaning in it. Which is why I like 2 more. I like the second one more than the first one, even though they have an equal number of tracks. Like they both have 17 tracks in total. But I genuinely like more tracks off the second one than I do the first one. Which this is where we get to the first song on the first one. Random songs I made while being bored. Number 1. Uh Random songs I made while being bored 1. We have the first track, which is Fingering the G String, which just so happens to be a it's literally just a instrumental track with um a guitar solo. That's what it is. It's a guitar solo track, and that's all it is. It's not about anything other than the fact that it's a guitar solo mainly on the G string. So that's where the name comes from. That's basically all it's about. That's all she wrote. The Store. This song has some different history. Oh, what's going on there? Never mind, it fixed. The Store. This song has some history to it. Specifically, this was the first, no, not the first. This was the second track, actually recorded for the thing. Fingering the G String was technically the first track recorded, but no. I don't count it as the first track recorded because I wrote it and I recorded it long before Random Songs I Made While Being Bored was even an idea. So I just kind of put it on the album for no reason. And this song is the second track recorded, and it is actually about robbery. That's all it is. It's just about robbery and the robbing of a store. So, yeah, that's all that one has too. Would you not freak out? Alright. The heavy hockey stick. The heavy hockey stick is actually, in my opinion, it's one of the heaviest tracks off the album, instrumentally, because it's an instrumental track. So, of course, it's obviously instrumentally one of the heaviest. And, what I also really like about it is that it doesn't take too long, but it also doesn't take too short. So, it kind of mixes well with the rest of the record, even though some of the other songs don't really fit at all. Which actually, that's where we get to Weak Freak. Which, this was the... Would you stop freaking out like that? This is the first track, that was recorded for this record. And, the transitions, in my opinion, could have been way better. And this bass line could have been different. I just don't like the bass line and the guitar work right here. It just doesn't work. I don't like it. It's disgusting. And then this. This is good, but the drums need to die. GTRL. Which, GTRL stands for Get Real. And before anyone says, but Get Real would be 2 letters, not 4. Okay, let me tell you why that's wrong. GT, or Get, if you take out the E in Get, you get GT. If you take out the EA in Real, you get RL. Get Real. It's not that hard. And this song was the idea of the song and what it's about. I need some guns in the back of my pickup truck. I said that while in a call with a couple of my friends. I just said, I need some guns in the back of my pickup truck. And then I got the idea for the song, so I started recording it. Obviously. And this definitely isn't good either. Oh wait, no. It is good. And now we get to the only song on the record. This is the poppiest song on the record. And it isn't even a pop song. Why does OBS like to do that? I don't get that. Alright, there we go. It's fixed. This is the poppiest song on the record. And it's actually not even a pop song. It's jazz. So if you like jazz, listen to some jazz. And then we have this weird synth thing, which I added. I don't think it sounds too bad, but it definitely isn't the greatest thing. I don't like it that much. It's called Locked. And it's not that good. Oh, track number 7. This track is very self-explanatory with the purring. Like the cat purring. Basically, I just wanted to track the last album that was or Outlast, the fan-made album. That was basically just ASMR. And that's what created this track, which leads into Creeping Killer, which is the next track. Which has this killer fucking guitar intro, in my opinion. And then, gets into this really killer instrumental. And I love it. I've actually found myself listening to this song probably the most off of the entire album, aside from Dead End Street. Which next we have Mild Mind, which Mild Mind is Mild Mind was actually supposed to be put on Random Songs I Made While Being Bored too. I was basically recording both at the same time because I ended up writing 34 songs. And I just didn't know what album they should go on, except for a few. A few of them I just knew, but others I didn't. And, that's why a few of them just don't fit, in my opinion. Like, Mild Mind, it just doesn't. It was originally supposed to be on 2, but then I switched it to 1 because it just felt better, and it felt easier. And, yeah, definitely not great. And then, Let Life Give. Let Life Give is, I think the only track that, I actually like the bending, like, thing, in the intro. Like this, it's something about it. I don't know. I just really like it. And next is the first piano ballad, Dystopia. Like I said, some of these songs don't even have meanings, and that's why I'm just like skimming through them. With Dystopia, Dystopia is about, well, a dystopian world, and that's why there is no guitar, there's no bass, there's no drums, it's just piano. What I wanted to do was like some electronic synth type shit, and like this weird like sound and all that, and just throw that in there. But then I couldn't convince myself that that was a good idea, so I like piano ballads, so I was like, piano ballad, fuck it. And funny story about this one is that I recorded this for Ugly Stranger. I decided not to put it on Ugly Stranger because it just, in my opinion, it didn't fit with the rest of the record. At the time, I deleted most of the record because I wasn't happy with it. So, yeah, that's just how that works. But, and this ended up not being on the album either, but I didn't want to scrap it entirely, so I just kind of shoved it onto this one. Next, we have Burger King Adventure. Burger King Adventure was a skit that me and Zader created. It's literally just a skit. A skit about Burger King Adventure. I was making a song at the time, and then I was like, Zader, I don't want to make a song called Burger King Adventure. And then he was like, it'd be funny if you had a song just talking about why you didn't want to do Burger King Adventure. I was like, that's a great idea. So we ended up with this. I don't want to do Burger King Adventure. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it this early on. We cannot do Burger King Adventure. What is your question? No. I will not. No. Burger King Adventure is not going on the album on the 12th track. So I said the album, because at the time I was recording it, I knew this was going to be on Random Songs I Made While Being Bored 1. So I kind of knew that it'd be a great idea, because I was like, this is perfect. So I did. Which Reach for Outlaw is the next track, which if you don't know, fun fact about the full album that I released is that Reach for Outlaw, the entire thing, the 1 minute and 18 seconds of it, actually got the video copyrighted and or copyright claimed because of the air raid siren. So this video is also going to be copyright claimed for this air raid siren. So, lucky me, I guess. And then, of course, the song that leads out of this track and actually starts leading out of the entire album is Outlaw, which, I think is like 80 beats per minute. I can't remember if it's 80 beats per minute or like 60. It's somewhere within that range. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's 80 beats per minute. I'm not sure, but Outlaw and Reach for Outlaw have the same meaning, which is they're both about war and nuclear annihilation. So that was nice. The next song on the album, Hiatus Deletus. This song is magic. Here's why this song is magic. This track was not even supposed to be recorded, ever. This was the last song written for Random Songs I Made While Being Bored 1 and 2. Recorded, that's not correct. But written, that is true. So, this is kind of the track that isn't supposed to exist, but it worked so well that I had to. And this was also another this is another example of a song that was supposed to go on an album but didn't. Hiatus Deletus was supposed to be a song by Seasonal Self. That changed. Oh, it was supposed to be I think it was supposed to be on like I want to say Remember Forgiveness or Uncontrolled, but I thought it was too memey, so I couldn't do it. And so I ended up with Hiatus Deletus. Dead End Street um Dead End Street as of now, I say that this song kind of foreshadows the breakup I had, because there's so many lyrics in it that reflect to the breakup that it just makes sense. Like, it foreshadows it. It really does. And another thing is this was another track that wasn't supposed to be recorded at all as well. I wanted to put this song on a EP, the slow EP, because it was so emotional, and this was supposed to be mostly a meme record. So I was like, it's too emotional, I can't do that. But then I was like, it would be great, because this is the only song that has like a legitimate like lyrical concept off this entire album. Which also something is that my singing in the song is inspired by Avenged Sevenfold and Stone Sour. Like the weird like note changes, like in the first two verses. That's Avenged Sevenfold, but then I changed it because I didn't like it. So yeah, that changed. And this song is about a breakup, but it's not about the one I had. This one just foreshadows it. And also, this is a love song, so. Alright, random songs I made while being bored. 1. The song. It is kind of, it's just taking tracks off the entire record and shoving them into one song. And it's not even every song off the record. I couldn't do that, because some songs just didn't work out. So that ended up not happening. And also, random songs I made while being bored. 1 is about nothing. Random songs I made while being bored 2 has a lot more meaning to it, and is, for me, probably one of the heaviest records I've ever released. Lyrically, that is. And instrumentally, not really. Like, the heaviest song off of Random Songs I Made While Being Bored 2 is jazz, in my opinion. Instrumentally, that is. The heaviest is a jazz song, but the lyrically the most heavy is Forgive Me, which Forgive Me is also about the breakup I had, which is still difficult. As of recording this, it's September 12th, but it's still difficult for me to deal with. And it happened over 5 days ago. I remember the time. It was 10:53 when I received the message. So, and out of respect, I won't even show the screenshot. Yes, I did indeed take a screenshot of said message, but because I care too much, I'm not going to show it. The first song, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's not in English. It's Russian for disturbing. So, we're just going to call it disturbing. And it's this song actually does have meaning. even though it's 1 minute and 34 seconds. One of the shortest tracks off the album. I think the shortest track, maybe. No, the shortest track is Wires, but that's besides the point. Disturbing is about that. Disturbing actually is about a man being hung or hanging themselves, so it's about suicide. And then feels the pain forever. They come back from the dead just to feel the pain forever. And also, fun fact, one of the screams you're hearing is actually my scream. The other is of someone getting murdered. And then they just changed some weird shit to it. So one scream is someone actually getting murdered, while one of these screams is me just screaming with the psychedelic effect on. In total, there is only 4 noises throughout the entire song. The man hanging, my screams, someone being murdered, and the outer space noises. The next song is Distance, which we're gonna let it switch to, just naturally. Distance is about, it's generally about keeping your distance from those you don't trust. This song was never supposed to have lyrics. It's just about keeping distance from those you don't trust. The next song, Wires, this song is just a practically a bass solo and guitar harmony thing. That's all it is. It doesn't have meaning, and generally it's not too great, but I still like it for what it is. It's surprisingly one of the best tracks off the album. I think it's definitely an evil sounding track when it gets to the actual bass solo, which I really like the track. It's really good. Love Turns Bad. This'n 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is another example of a song that wasn't supposed to, well, exist. Also, when I said Hiatus Deletus was the last song recorded for, or the last song written, for random songs I made while being bored 1, that's true. But for 2, there are some songs that were supposed to be on 2 that are on 1. There's some from 1 that are on 2. And, that's just how it works. So, Love Turns Bad is about, my breakup, obviously. The next song, I'm just gonna get off this one because I can't listen to it. Death Is Not the End is, the heaviest song instrumentally off the entire record. You heard me right. In my opinion, it is the heaviest. And it's jazz. I kind of wanted to continue the idea of a jazz song, so that ended up producing Death Is Not the End. Death Is Not the End is also about, suicide. At the time of recording it, I think which was September 7th or September 8th, I had a few friends that actually prevented me from uh, doing an attempt of suicide, which is actually kind of serious because um, I kind of just couldn't think straight because I just wasn't happy, and this is also what triggered my hiatus. So, yep. The next song, "Shove It In," is the first song I've written about consent. Well, consensual sex. It's the first one. I've written songs about rape and murder, but surprisingly, not normal sex. Which also, the lyrics might sound hella gay, but I can assure you they're not hella gay. I kind of wanted to, I wanted to stay gender neutral through the entire song so that people who were gay could still enjoy it, while people who were straight could also still enjoy it. So I kind of wrote it to be gender neutral. And, yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, it's just that. And also, what if misery didn't exist? This is a track where you know how My Friend of Misery was supposed to be a instrumental track, but then James Hetfield started singing. This was the exact opposite. This was supposed to be a fully fledged track with vocals, but then I just didn't want to sing over it. So there ended up not being vocals. My Friend of Misery stole them. God damn it. Metallica stole my vocals. I'm kidding. That was released like 1991. This is 2020. Fuck you. Which also, this was the second track to actually have a solo of sorts, which actually happens at 3:35 or 3:36, which this solo that you are hearing right now is not bass. And if you're gonna ask me, but it sounds low, it sounds like bass, it is not bass. This is actually a grand piano, but with treble turned way down to give it the kind of bass aesthetic. And it is also the My Friend of Misery bass solo, just kind of prolonged. So, that's what you get. What do you hear? No, this is not a bass guitar either. This is an explosion sound effect with a lot of reverb. And it just so happens to sound like a bass. So, this is also a song that I consider to be the most fucked up in terms of story. Which, throughout the song, you can hear a story actually unraveling. A key unlocking a door, a door creak, typing on a typewriter, then broken glass, stopping the typing on the typewriter, metal door slam, and more glass breaking, and all that, and then eventually drowning, which I actually used a actual incident of someone drowning as audio. So you can hear somebody drowning in this song. That's why it's the most fucked up. The story is, man enters his own home, starts typing on a typewriter, one of his windows breaks, then he gets shoved into his bathtub, which is full of water, and then drowned. And I was going to make the track the longest track at 9 minutes, but then I kind of didn't want to do that. So it became one of the shortest tracks. Because I didn't want to take 9 minutes away from your time just to try to unveil a story. That's not something I would do. At least at the time, or as of now. At the time, I would have. But then I was like, but then it just drags on hearing that same fucking explosion sound and just other noises on top of it. So now we're at the song Forgive Me, which is lyrically the heaviest song I've ever written. For any meme record or any record period. It's about it's A, about the breakup, but also B, it's about how I've always been unable to forgive myself for things that I do. That's why The Unforgiven 3 speaks to me so much. Just, I'm unable to forgive what I've done in my life and what I've genuinely tried to forgive myself for. You know? I may hate people, I may love people, but I can never forgive myself for doing either or. The next song is Never Loving Me, which is also about the breakup, but is very different because it is a heavier approach, and it is also very much it's just very much an angry track. It's not a hate song, which, as you probably can hear from the lyrics, I can never hate you. But also, this is the track with the most profane language, with approximately 8 fucks. I think maybe even 12. Which, yeah, this track is just, yeah. It just exists. Harvester. Harvester is a more acoustic take, which is also an example of a song I didn't want to make. It's more of a filler track, which some of these tracks are filler. I'm not even gonna deny that. Some of these tracks are filler, and Harvester just so happens to be one of them. I couldn't think of a name as well, so it's called Harvester, and it's about farming. That's it. So literally it's about farming, which you could probably gather from the lyrics. But it's also about a man, so not me, a man who lost his wife in an accident, in a farming accident. So, yep, that's what it's about. Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed is about having sex on a boat. So it's the second song I've written about consensual sex, and it just so happens to be this time on a boat. This is also the only track that has a bass intro. Completely. As a bass line. Which, as you can hear from the lyrics, would you like to rock this boat? Which, yeah. Alright, Stay Calm. Stay Calm is, again, another ASMR track. There's always going to be an ASMR track. Here's why it's an ASMR track. For me it is. It's actually soothing. The stream sounds nice. Then you have strings come in that play over top of it. That kind of sounds nice. And then you have waves come in that goes with the strings a little bit. And then it sounds so nice. It sounds peaceful. But you still have that river. So the river is calming, the waves are calming, and the strings are calming. And for me, it's a very lovely track. The next song, September 11th, 2001, 19th anniversary. This song is literally 1 minute of silence. Obviously, it's about 9/11, which happened in 2001, in which the album was even released on September 11th of 2020. So that's why I had the purpose of this track in the first place. If it were released on any other day, on any other month, this track wouldn't even exist. That's just fact. So releasing the album on it um, was a big move because I, of course, wanted to make. I had no idea for a 14th track, so I just made the 1 minute track of silence, which actually led surprisingly well into Hell Opened Up, which is the piano ballad of this album, which very much like Dead End Street is a love song. This song, however, is about my breakup as well. But not only that, it's it's hard to listen to. Like, it's actually very hard to listen to. Uh I was I I had almost during this track I'd almost succumbed to being sad. So the next song is Starvation. Sorry, I had to get off the last one. Starvation is in the title. It's about starvation, but also it's about being drained of your energy. Um and it's just it's more of a sad track in F minor. I think it's F minor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's more of a slower track that takes its time, and it's nice. It's calm. It's refreshing. It's refreshing, not refreshing. It's refreshing, and it's yeah, definitely well deserved. Random songs I made while being bored too. It starts with the "What If Misery Didn't Exist" piano solo at the end of the album, or at the end of the song, which I had also planned to use it as the end of the album as well. So not only the beginning of this song, but the end of the entire album. And basically, this is the one song that actually pretty much has no meaning. Every song up until this point has had a meaning. This song just generally doesn't. And it's pretty nice. But it also, here's fun fact as well. It is also shorter than Random Songs I Made While Being Bored 1, and it also uses less songs from its respective album, which I had also planned to use some of the songs off of Random Songs I Made While Being Bored 1, but I didn't, and I like this bass solo. And of course, I had to bring in the heavy Death Is Not the End part. I just really like it. I used my favorite tracks that I could actually use, so that's what I did. And yeah, that's basically it. This was probably like an hour long. Yeah, 40 minutes long. And I yeah, the two albums were supposed to be the same album, but then 50 minutes plus 50 minutes is 1 hour and 40, and I was trying to go with a the album can only be 80 minutes long. So I was like, God damn it, if I can make it only 80 minutes long, if that's my length limit, then okay, that's fine. But I was also kind of like, wait a minute. If I can only make it 80 minutes long, I can't put these two um together. I can't put all 34 songs together unless I shorten some and make them interludes. But also that left the problem of, but I don't want to do that. There was only one song that I actually did shorten, because um I just didn't want to make it 9 minutes, and that was What Do You Hear? And Wires was also slightly shortened. Wires was supposed to be 2 minutes long. I cut out 50 seconds by, well, speeding it up. That's right. It was slower than it actually is currently. It was pretty damn slow. And so I was like, man, I can just speed this up and make it like a minute and 10 or a minute and 15. I didn't know the exact number, but now I do, and it's kind of hard to distinguish what number I actually thought it would be. Probably like 50 seconds or something. I don't know. And so those were the only two tracks that I actually shortened because they were just too long for me. And also, Outlaw was supposed to be um, a 5, maybe 6 minute track, but I just shortened that one too because it just didn't feel like it needed to be that long. To where it's now a 3 minute track. Yeah, I just didn't think that I needed to drag out songs. So some songs were shortened and others were left completely the same, or they were sped up or they were slowed down. There are definitely some songs that are slowed down, which I won't point out which songs they are. Um, and generally, there's only a couple of tracks that I regret making. Writing, I don't regret writing a single track, but actually recording, I do regret a few tracks. But yeah, like I said, that it's not about that. Is it? So anyway, I'm gonna end this here. Um. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Also, more on the hiatus before I leave. It's going to go on until November 11th to December 11th. So it could end within November, it could end within December, up until the 11th of December. That's when it'll definitely end. So you're probably not going to hear a track immediately, like like a new song. You're definitely not going to hear a new song immediately in December, like December 12th or December 11th, or even before that, unless I ended the hiatus before that. But I'll definitely make one of these videos for that when I do end the hiatus. And if I do end up ending it somewhere between um in October, like October 22nd to November 22nd, if I end up ending it within that time frame, so a little earlier than expected, or a little after, or even earlier than that, I'm definitely not going to be recording songs immediately. Like, just being like, oh, hey, I ended my hiatus. Because I've been working for 3 years straight without a single break. So, yeah, that's about it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. That's all I got to say. See ya.